Hi, I'm James Shillinglaw. I'm here with Lia Batkin, who is co-founder of In the Know Experiences. Now, this is a new kind of travel agency that formed just about over a decade ago, and we're going to find out all about it and how it's grown. And this is Insider Travel Report. What are some of the other kind of milestones or sort of moments over the past, since 2007, that you think really served to grow the company? I mean, what was it? Well, a couple of ones. I know, obviously, one of the things I can think of right away is that you did join and become part of Travel Leaders Group, right? And how did that happen?
Absolutely. I would say that was probably the last milestone.
Okay. Well, let's go with the first one.
But I would say the first milestone was we were in an article on the cover of the New York Times about how luxury was still booming, and that was monumental for our business.
Right. So you were quoted in that article and all that.
We were. So that was really great for us. And then moving on from that, we were featured as a cover of Luxury Travel Advisor. I would say that was a huge milestone for us. And at the time, I think we were the youngest company to have been inducted into Virtuoso. So that was a really big milestone for us. And we had been a host agency, went out on our own, and I think it was like 6 months after that they came out with the article. So that was really nice. And then, just growing the business, starting our independent consultant division and growing that, and then most recently joining Travel Leaders. And
why did you decide to join them and go with them?
Sure. Well, they are the biggest and the best. We felt that it could grow our business twofold. Of course, having the travel side and being associated with a company of that stature and helping to grow our contracts and our air and all of those things internally, but also for our independent consultants, it was a huge opportunity to give them a lot more that they could make. So we saw that as a big value. And then also for us to be able to offer up our experiential division to all of Travel Leaders, it was a really win-win for us and for them.
Are you still part of Virtuoso as well?
Of course, yes.
Yeah, no, and that is the interesting dichotomy. I know a number of TLG companies like ProTravel obviously is one of the biggest, if not the biggest, travel agency within Virtuoso, and there are a number of others that also are part of TLG and Virtuoso, right?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we, from the beginning, joining them, that was a big milestone, as I said, for us, and really feeling personally that Virtuoso is quality, and what they offer is really great quality, and being associated with them as long as we have been has provided us with that level of quality. So we wanted to continue to do that, and it was actually a big marker for us, saying that we wanted to continue not only to be Virtuoso, but continue to be our own Virtuoso agency.
And within TLG as well, to get access to that whole network, and now you're obviously selling your experiences throughout that network, right?
Not necessarily Virtuoso. I mean, for our experiences, besides TLG, it's really been by word of mouth. Right. So people hear about it, agents hear about it, they tell their friends. So, I mean, it's almost enough, to be honest. I mean, every day we're getting phone calls from agents that hear about it from other friends. And I think from when we started to to where we are now, it's really grown. And the agents that feel comfortable offering up these type of experiences to their clients has really grown substantially. So, yeah, I mean.
So what? Just give us an example of what some of these experiences might be, because I think a lot of people, what is different about them, and obviously access to certain events and things like that. But give me an example of some of the things, if you could.
Sure. I like to look at it in tiers. So maybe the most basic would be sitting front row at a concert and then going backstage and meeting the artist performing, or sitting courtside at a Knicks game and then going.
Not this year. No, sorry.
Not this year.
Well, maybe next year we'll do that. But yeah, you're right. You're right. But it could be if you got LeBron playing them, maybe one. But that's good.
You never know. People have a love for different teams. So, but yeah, sitting courtside, maybe going, doing a locker room tour, even doing a shoot around with players. Then maybe kicking it up a notch. Attending an award show, going to a fashion show. Things that are a little bit more money can't buy. And then we take it up another notch really to like once in a lifetime. So attending Cannes Film Festival, walking the red carpet, being able to go, to some of the biggest and best parties, Monaco Grand Prix. We even have clients that will go and drive in the pre-qualifying match, clients that play Augusta, and then there's all sorts of custom experiences. So we've created a mini Coachella for clients for a 200-person event where we brought in their favorite bands from around the world. Oh, wow. For a 3-day event. We've even set up a whole day of paparazzi for clients' daughters who they were able to go to different shows, like taped shows, and paparazzi followed them. They were glammed up for the day with famous, hair and makeup and style by a famous stylist.
So you have all the celebrities trying to avoid the paparazzi, but here some of your clients want to be covered by the paparazzi, right?
With Instagram these days,
that's true. Yeah, that's true.
The requests are endless. But that also has fueled a lot of things. I mean, sure. People really do, want to get the picture. They want to get the video for the experience. The requests that we've had actually, even this year have definitely gotten kicked up.
The problem is with experiences and things like that, everybody wants to hit the next level, whatever that might be, right?
It's true. We also try to be a little bit more consultative with them too. So we go through the process of, especially if we've never worked with them, what are your passion points? What are your goals? What are you looking for? What's your ultimate, must-have? So we try to steer them in a direction that not only is giving them, a wow experience, but it's the experience that they want to have, not what's in their mind, if that makes sense. No, so we also do that with agents. We really try, to steer them in the right direction. We, even when it comes to shows, Broadway shows, sometimes people just say, I want the closest tickets to the, to the stage, but that's not actually always the best tickets. Or we have a special experience where actually, your client will save $200 or sometimes $2,000.
Well, and even the high end wants to save some money, right?
Of course. So we've always, whether it's been the travel or the experiences, always really have honed in on making sure that the value and what we're providing is symbiotic, and we do that with agents as well. So and I think that's also a big part of why we have developed such a great independent consultant base as well, is because they're looking at us as doing something different and teaching them how to sell these experiences and how to not just be, a travel consultant, but really a lifestylist.
Well, you just mentioned something, and I was going to get to this question, is that you became more of a lifestyle consultant. What are some of the other things that you learned along the way that you think really were the keys to your success?
Sure. I think from the beginning, realizing how, we have to outsource. Us as an industry, we have to outsource no matter what. And that's really stressful because you could be the best at what you do and plan the most, unbelievable experience trip, and then you hand it off and you don't know. So we tried as best as we could to look at verticals that we could possibly bring under our belt and not only offer to our clients, but offer to our independent consultants so that, we were able to manage the process. And managing the process meant happier clients. It also meant more money. So it had a bigger end game for both us and our independent consultants. So, whether it was forming, partnerships with a jet company, which we can actually sell their planes, or working with a yacht provider, which, the charter fees or the charter commissions would be that much higher because we had an exclusive with them, and that we promoted them to our clients and they promoted us to their clients. So we looked at companies that not only we could formulate monetary relationships with, but also cross-promotional relationships as well. So we were growing our clientele base equally, and also making more money at the same time.
Perfect solution, right?
Yes. So, and then, the experiences and the tickets, I think, were a natural add-on, as I said. And, that was something where we were sending clients to brokers, and, the experience wasn't that great, and they were complaining. And I think that's really hard, is when you're recommending someone to a client and the experience is bad, essentially it comes back to you. So we try as hard as we can to keep it really under, our umbrella, and also manage the process, which I think is also a little bit different from a lot of travel companies, whereas, they might pass off the client to a local provider, or just, send the itinerary of what a local provider does from soup to nuts. We don't do that. We really do our own research. We make sure that we're interjecting and pushing back.
But it also means you have to be on call pretty much 24/7, right?
It does. It does.
There is a downside to some of this, right?
There is, and we do. That being said, I always look back every year, now being the beginning of the year, on, if there were any big catastrophes, how, we always try to manage, the time and what we, how much after hours, because I do think that this, you can't always be on call for your clients 24/7. You have to manage the expectations. But quite frankly, it's not as bad as, one would think. I mean, things do happen, and I think that this is a part of the industry. You have to be there for your clients. It's like being a publicist.
But it's a matter of how you react and how you solve the issue, and whether the client gets it.
Of course, but it's like a publicist. If something happens, in a negative way, a publicist's job is to make sure to calm the client down and spin it back around into a positive way, and make sure that the end product is a positive one. And so it's the same thing with us. We need to keep a client calm, and make sure we're doing the work behind the scenes, whatever it may be, and make sure their experience is flawless. So, but yes, I mean, with the weather, global warming,
you don't have any control over that. Yeah.
Right, exactly. But that stuff does make our jobs, that much harder, and it is a little bit out of our control. But that being said, I always say, when we bring new consultants into the company, I say this is a lifestyle. It's not a job. You have to look at this as, something that you integrate into your life and you love from the moment you wake up into the moment you go to sleep. You get to travel. You get to be a part of one of the most amazing industries in the world. You get to learn, you get to grow personally and professionally. That being said, sometimes you're working on the weekends.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. Now, I guess my final question is, so what does the future hold for In the Know Experiences? Where do you go from here? You've grown amazingly since 2007, and you have quite a very good business here. What's next?
Sure. We're definitely going to be growing the independent consultant business. And with that, we're going to be growing a lot of partnerships that we've already started doing this past year. So partnering with lifestyle companies like a bathing suit company that we now offer our clients 20% discount, and then they give us a 10% commission when our clients buy the bathing suits from the company. So bringing in partnerships like that can add in for our consultants and bring the lifestyle element more to life. It also shows our clients and their clients that we're a resource, that we are not just travel related, and that you can look to us for other things, but also bring in elements that these consultants can make money at. So I don't see any difference in making money at a car company versus a bathing suit line. It's all kind of under one umbrella. So forging more of those partnerships, and also forging more high-level cross-promotional partnerships. We did a really great one with a photographer called Gray Mallon, who focuses on vacation photography. And so we have done a lot of content on our site about him. They do a lot of content on their site about us, and it's proved really great.
You've turned from a travel agent when you started to travel advisor consultant, almost a concierge level, and now you're a lifestyle company, right?
Yes, I mean we're definitely trying to look at all avenues of ways to grow our business, highlight our business in the best possible way, introduce the business, to people that have not heard of it, but in the right capacity. and also give our consultants different opportunities to make money.
Well, Lia, thank you very much for telling us all about In the Know Experiences. It's an amazing company, and I'm so glad to finally meet you and understand this business, and good luck for the future.
Thank you so much.
I'm James Shillinglaw, and this is Insider Travel Report.